Look at this number called single number 3. So first, let me first go through the problem statement and then start describing it. So the problem set goes as this: given an integer array nums in which exactly two elements appear only once and all other elements appear exactly twice. Find the two elements that appear only once. You can return the number in any order. You must write an algorithm that runs in linear runtime complexity and uses only constant extra space. So the last statement is very important here. Just to explain or just to summarize the problem statement, you're basically given an array and most of the elements of the array occur twice exactly, but there are only two elements which are obviously different, which appear only once, right? So now we have to figure out those elements, and the most important part is we can't use an extra space. The first thought that would come to your mind is using a map, and then basically using a using a frequency map, and then we'll basically return the elements which have a frequency of 1. But in this case we can't use any extra space. We need to use constant space. So the map will not work because map generally uses uh, around uh, order and space, which is not what the problem requires us to do. So we have to think some other way. So we will eventually solve this problem using bit manipulation. It is very hard to come up with this solution, but the number of lines you need to write itself are very less. So let me now tell you the main intuition behind the solution of this problem. So the intuition is we'll basically start with zoring, doing a zor of all the elements one by one, right? What will this do is whatever elements are there which have a frequency of 2, those will become 0 because it's the zor, right? So if you zor all the elements, then the contribution of the elements having frequency 2 will obviously be 0, because we know that if there is a number and then we zor the number with the same number, we'll always get 0. So if we do a running zor of all the elements in the array, contribution of the uh, numbers which have a frequency 2 in the running zor would be 0, right? So with that in mind, now I'll try to guide you to, or try to divert or the focus your attention on one specific thing. So there are these two. Suppose this 12 we have, and 4, and these are our two elements which are different, right? We'll focus on the rightmost bit. We'll focus on the rightmost bit which is different between the two elements, right? So what we'll focus on is, we'll focus on the rightmost bit between the two elements, okay, which are occur only once, right? So these are the two elements which have frequency 1, 4 and 12. And then what is the rightmost bit which is different between the two elements? That is this, right? This is the rightmost bit which is different between two elements. And and if and if you see the if you notice this, if you do a running zor, then all other zors would be 0, and eventually will end our final zor would be the zor of these two numbers which are different, and which will be somewhat this. I mean, if you have for 12 we can see the rightmost bit is this, and for 4 the rightmost bit is this. But since these two bits are the same, so if we zor them to, this will become 0. Only the bit only the rightmost bit which is different between 12 and 4 will be the rightmost bit of the final running zor. So this is kind of the left view of the rightmost bit of the final running zor, right? So this will be the rightmost bit of the final running zor, which is the bit from the right, which is present in one of the numbers but not present in other numbers. Because if the bit is present in both numbers, then obviously it will a XOR will make it 0, right? So we'll take the rightmost bit which is different between the two elements. And now what we'll do is that we'll again create two XOR buckets. So basically we'll see is that we'll check whether the this bit that we have identified, which is the rightmost bit which is different between the two elements, whether it is set or not set. Basis that we will calculate two running XORs, right? So obviously if some element is there with frequency 2, then obviously either it will come in the bucket which in which I mean in which and with this particular bit, or checking the whether this bit is set or not, will be 0, uh, or it will be 1, depending on whether the bit is set in that particular number. So all equal, all the elements which have frequency 2 will either be 1 bit, either be in one bucket or the other bucket, right? Both the buckets being decided based on whether this rightmost bit that we found is set or not set, right? And for the individual buckets, if we do a XOR, then again the numbers which have frequency 2 will have their XORs contribute to that running bucket XOR of each of the buckets be 0, because obviously they will end up it will end up be a XOR within itself, right? And then that will result to 0, right? The same reason which I gave when I explained that why they will become, their contribution would become 0 in the initial running XOR of all the elements, right? Same explanation here. So that is out of the window. All the elements of frequency 2 are out of the window, and they have no contribution to this running XORs, right? Based on whether the rightmost bit is set or not. And then obviously, since this rightmost bit is different for the two different elements that we have, so to the two different elements will end up in different buckets, right? And obviously and those running, so basically those running XORs would give us uh, give us basically the two elements that are there. So let me take a very simple example. Suppose we have 1 1 and 12 and 4, right? So we'll do a running XOR here, and obviously the rightmost bit which is set in, which is different in 0 and 4, is this, right? And then we'll be doing and, so this will this one is basically has right this kind of bit, this bit unset in it, right? So it will go into the unset bucket, right? So we'll end up doing a XOR like this: 0 XOR 1 XOR. For this, the 12 is for 12 it is set, so 12 will end up here, and 4 it is unset and it will end up here. So this XOR would be 0, and the result of this running XOR would be 4, and the only element here would be 12. Pardon my handwriting. The result of this running XOR would be 12. So as you can see, one of the baskets running XOR result is one of the elements, different elements, and the other baskets running result is other different element. So basically we using this we get, we basically are able to identify which different elements are there in this array, and then basically return them as the result, right? So so let us look at the code. The code is very short and simple, and this is exactly what we are doing. We are first computing the running XOR, and we are then computing the rightmost bit, which is different for the two different elements that exist. We'll initialize two variables which capture running XORs for different buckets. We'll check whether the rightmost bit is set in a particular number, and based on that we'll push it to calculate running XORs for the two different buckets, and then obviously the results of the two different uh, results of the running XORs of the two different buckets are actually the two different elements that exist in our array, and that is what will return. Okay, so this is the idea is pretty simple, but it is very hard to kind of come up with this idea if you don't know this. So that is the challenge of the problem. Okay, with this, I think I have aptly explained this problem. I see you in the next problem. Thank you. Bye.